this image was created by Gemini, so it's a bit more colorful. So create a presentation from blank. This one was a little bit different because I've asked the AI assistant to create a presentation on itself. So create a presentation on the features and benefits of Gemini or Copilot, depending on what the platform was. So Warwick, to your point, this is where there might arguably be a bit of bias because I've basically said sell yourself. So again, ChatGPT is exempt here because it doesn't create visual presentations. It can't do that yet. And it doesn't integrate into any tool that does it. So this is, again, Gemini versus Copilot. So punching that into Google Gemini, I got a slide. Let's just go back for a second and really clearly point out that I asked for a presentation for features and benefits, focus on end users, and a high-level presentation of what it's capable of. Unfortunately, and really disappointingly, Gemini gave me 5 dot points that, for me, just didn't do it for me. I don't know why it chose that image either. It's a pretty cool image. I just don't know why it chose an image of what I'm assuming is code or math. To tag onto this.
Looks like Mara handwriting.
It's a doctor. To tag onto this, when I asked it as a follow-on prompt, go and write me 10 more slides on this, it said, sure, here's a presentation, and it didn't do anything. So I prompted it again, create 5 more slides explaining the features and benefits. And once again, Gemini said, yep, here's what you asked for, and it did nothing. It didn't actually create anything. If I asked it to create an additional slide, it creates an additional slide. So it doesn't seem to have the ability to create a presentation. You have to go slide by slide by slide. Another really important thing that I want to point out here, which frustrated me, this is one of those first world problems. When you open Google Slides, is it called Slides? I've forgotten already. When you open the Google version of PowerPoint, the AI assistant, the Gemini pop-up that jumps out at you is actually to create an image. It's not to create a presentation. So what you have to do is close that down and open a different Gemini pop-up to be able to create a presentation. For me, from a user experience or from a user interface point of view, that's a really big miss. If I've opened a presentation, I want the ability to create a presentation, not create an image. It doesn't make sense to me. I found that really frustrating, and I got it wrong a few times. Now, admittedly, this was early stages of using Gemini, right? I haven't been using it for 8 months like I have Copilot. I'm sure it becomes second nature over time, but again, it's a big miss. I open PowerPoint, I expect to see PowerPoint. So when I open Google Sheets, I expect to see Sheets. Google Docs, I expect to see Docs, and so on and so forth. So, same prompt in Copilot. As usual, Copilot's the overachiever. Again, you could argue, geez, that's a lot when I asked for a comparison. But again, I'd rather have more information than less information. A big win for me here is that it created the slides. It made the images relevant from a stock library, even though some of them are a bit weird, but it did pick relevant images. It created sections. It had separation between the sections with headers. And more importantly, as you might be used to, it's written speaker notes as well. So it hasn't just gone and given me a whole bunch of vague information. It's given me 22 slides with speaker notes and separated into a logical structure that I could quite easily rebrand and go and present. So comparing the two, 1 slide with 5 dot points versus 22 slides with speaker notes, I don't know, I think that's a pretty clear win out of there. And now that